Welcome, friends. Today, we're starting another First Impressions series. Delightful. That is right, friends. Once again, I have returned to you, this time with another First Impressions series. And the house we will be doing our first impressions on this time is Aedes De Venustas. Aedes De Venustas is a shop in New York, and I think they started in the early 2000s, maybe the mid 2000s. They're a bit like Les Santas or Bloom in London, Sans Unique or Bistro de la Butte in France, Essenza Nobile in Germany. They decided to release their own perfumes, and we will see. We will see what they have made for us. I know a lot of the things have been released and perfumed, by Bertrand Duchefort. So the sample presentation comes in these little boxes like this. This one is Corfu Kumquat, and these are the official samples. When I bought these 18 months ago, they hadn't released Amnesia Rose or Café Tabac yet. So these are two new ones, and I didn't have them, and somebody very kindly sent me the two samples so I could have the full range. So the three I have today are Café Tabac, Amnesia Rose, and Corfu Kumquat. Kumquat, as Fliss would say. So, there are 14 fragrances, apparently. I already have a bottle of one, which is Iris Nazarena. Somebody very kindly sent me a sample once, and I was like, ooh, wow, that's amazing, and I would like to have it. I was then sent a vintage bottle by Natalia. Wherever you are, Natalia, I hope you are doing well. She has not been seen for a while. I'm sure she was having the best fun. And a full modern bottle by Anouge. And they both arrived on the same day before Christmas. I was humbled greatly. Thank you both so much. You are far too kind. I do not deserve such generosity. But not to worry. So, we will start, shall we? We will start with Café Tabac. And Café Tabac was released in 2023, and it has a hell of a write-up. Oh God, am I going to read all of this? A hedonistic scent that celebrates the undocumented moment. A sumptuous party that goes on for days. Endless dinners and all-night meringue dancing under charcoal skies. Merengue? I want to say merengue. Is that merengue? It's not meringue, is it? Surely it's not meringue. Merengue dancing under charcoal sky. Smoke meets flour and spice settles in for the next inhale. This is Café Tabac. That's enough of that because it's absolutely massive. That is a whopping blurb. So this was made by Bertrand Duchefort, and oh my, the note listing is fat. Get a hold of this. Bergamot, cade, mango, Peru balsam, beeswax, davana, cardamom, clove, apple, ambergris, oak moss, fig, clary sage, labdanum, cacao, tamarind, cedar, tonka bean, vanilla, burnt sugar, dates, birch, and tobacco. Heavens! You don't get many note listings like that anymore, to be fair. It's nice to see. Oh, thank you again to the person whose name I have forgotten extremely rudely, who sent me these samples. I appreciate it greatly. Let us see what our first impression is. Ooh, sweet, spicy, rich, very rich. Chocolate, date, apple. There's some green going on in there. I'm getting that kind of date, fig, apple crossover. You know, like a... Excuse me whilst I hydrate. A very juicy, syrupy, rich, sweet, but slightly dark and spicy too. Apple, like toffee apple, because there's that burnt sugar note in there as well. Dark, I'm getting brown, dark brown, but also fruit. Something a little bit smoky and spicy too. Green. It's very impressive how different it is to everything else that's being released in niche designer space. Apple, toffee apple, burnt sugar thing, massive. I think with apple notes, and I get this in like Promise as well, you know, it's kind of like this kind of, they can be huge if you're not careful. Excuse me. And they can take over the top of a perfume, and it kind of feels like it's done that here. I'm getting that rich, syrupy apple, date, burnt sugar, slightly chocolatey, cacao sort of thing. It's lovely. It's very gourmand. But not overly sweet. You know, not sweet to the point of like bubble gum, like neon pink, cotton candy sort of like sweet. I'm going to be interested to see how this develops. Absolutely. I will try this on skin and stick with it, see how it fares. It's got some other stuff in there that makes me feel like it would definitely change. I'm getting some of the clary sage now as well, actually. There's no note pyramid for this. It's more of just like a homogenized list. Beautiful. Very nice. Very, I can appreciate the quality of that, the blending and the actual scent. You know? It is very lovely, that. It's very modern in its... Excuse me. It's very modern in its makeup, the way that it is. You know? It's very modern. Okay. Next up, we have Amnesia Rose. A little tale about this. This was released last year, and as such was up for an award held in Portugal. I can't remember the name of the awards, but Eugene was up for the same award for his release Descendre by Les Abstraits. And this actually won the award. over Desandre. And I thought to myself, ooh, I want to hate it because it beat Eugene. I have smelled this once or twice, and this isn't my first impression, but we'll go with it. And I'll let you know if anything has changed. I've only smelled it once before. The notes are Bulgarian rose, patchouli, incense, saffron, pink pepper, Moroccan rose, clear wood, fuck off with your clear wood, Bushman candle. I actually know what Bushman candle is, would you believe? Oud, cypriol oil, that's not a good sign, pink pepper. And did I say saffron? That's not a good sign. Oud, rose, saffron, cypriol oil, oh dear. So bear in mind I want to hate this because it has personally affronted me. Sharp. It's got that Middle Eastern vibe. Dry. Perfumers Look at My Face. Look at My Face is becoming a very popular perfumer at the minute. One of the perfumers of Perfumer du jour at the minute. Round, very rosy, very ISO-y, super rose type thing. I'm getting Portrait of a Lady from it. Good quality rose. Pink pepper, I'm getting a lot of. A little bit spicy. A little bit smoky. A little bit scratchy from the patchouli. The patchouli's a little bit like scratching at you. It's not like a round, voluptuous rose type thing. It's really good, actually. That incense, saffron, cypriol oil thing isn't offending me. You know, I thought it might. In all seriousness, I'm not looking to hate this, you know. At all. But it's very, very good. It is very good. That I'll wear this on skin as well. It's very rosy. It's very in the midst of like that Frederic Malle Desert Gem, but fresh and not too much cypriol oil. Like, it's not like the Dominic Ropions. I mean, I've smelled Hope by Frederic Malle, and it's a bit, I don't want to say it's hopeless, but it's a bit pointless. Smells like promise crossed with dawn. This doesn't smell like that. This is, you can tell this is a different perfumer, you know. It's very interesting though. That Bushman's candle note is very interesting. It's resinous. It's kind of like it burns. It's interesting. I'll have to come back to it because it's worthy of its own description. Like, I'm not going to sit and try and crowbar it into this video. Lovely. Very impressed so far. Okay, excuse me whilst I hydrate. Last one. I'm going to do 3 a video and spread the videos out a little bit more because there's 13 I'm going to try. So I'm going to do 3 in each video, 4 videos, and then the last one I'll do 4 because there's an extra one. There's actually 14 by the house, but I own the 14th one, Iris Nazarena. So next up is Corfu Kumquat. This is a little sample, isn't it? It's very dinky, you know. It's very dinky. This is like a 1.5 mil type job, you know. It's not a big unit whatsoever. This was released in 2022, and the perfumer is Ilias Eremenides. I'm so sorry. That is the first time I have seen your name. This one also has a mighty blurb. Grecian sun-drenched citrus marked by complexity and longevity. A piercing freshness. The rind of citrus is exposed to salty sea air and rugged terrain. A moment of reprieve and unexpected depth, Corfu Kumquat takes its name and source material from the regal Grecian island of Corfu. The note listing. Kumquat, tangerine, bergamot, and mandarin orange. Big fan of a mandarin orange. Middle notes, neroli, ginger, lavender, olibanum, Granny Smith, and cedar. Base notes are ambroxan, rhubarb, tonka, musk, and vetiver. Oh, it's got that orange fruit top thing going on. Neroli as well. Fruity. Very orange fruit. Very kumquat, mandarin, tangerine. And it's given some freshness, some sharpness by that bergamot too, you know. It is fresh, it is juicy, it is citrus, it is orangey, you know. Oh, it's like a drink on a Mediterranean island, like a juicy drink with ice. It definitely has that air blowing through it as well, you know. Lovely breeze. Like Mediterranean's hot, you know, especially as soon as you get on land. But like if you go like further inland, anywhere you go. Excuse me. I went to Crete. I went to Crete and saw Knossos and stuff like that. Was it Knossos? I think it was. Saw an ancient throne and stuff, and I think this was just when the island was opening up and the roads were all dirt track, and it was the first time I had ever been somewhere where the sand was so hot you couldn't walk on it. It was so fucking hot. It was shockingly hot. Shockingly hot, you know. Neroli, ginger, cedar. Ginger's a little off-putting for me. I'm not a big ginger fan, you know. It's weird. It's a weird thing for me. I'm not a big ginger fan in perfume. Had Tabarome and took it back. It was just shit. Juicy, zesty, fresh. Vetiver. I'm getting vetiver. Rindy. Fruity. Fleshy. Like fruit flesh. It's lovely. It's really well made. That's the thing I've taken so far. They're all really well made. They've got decent materials. And they're all constructed really well, and they're quite nice. That's really nice. That's a really nice fresh scent. You know, like a drink on a Mediterranean island. Okay. Let's have a quick sniff back over them. Café Tabac. A lot more cacao. A lot more chocolate and tobacco, that. Darker. Still a little sweet. Oh no, sorry. And we have Amnesia Rose. That's giving a lot of portrait of a lady. Very much so. And next up, Corfu Kumquat. Vetiver Dry. Okay, this has been my first impressions, the first of many, on Aedes De Venustas, and I will see you all again soon.